Hey everyone, welcome to Lady Overlander Radio. Tonight we're speaking with Charlene Bower of Ladies Offroad Network. Stay tuned. Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies Night on Lady Overlander Radio. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. The Lady Overlander Radio podcast is available live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also catch the audio version on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other major podcast platforms. Enjoy the show. Hey, Arla. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. We went out scouting this past weekend for some trails and some campsites.
Indeed, we did.
It was fun.
We did have fun. Who do we have with us?
We had Lisa Dewey from Jasper, the city of Jasper Events and Promotions, and we had our girl, Feral Chick Outdoors, Jessie McBride.
Yep.
And we went out there and scouted trails for the day and found some great spots for our ladies camp and ride coming up at the end of April. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Which is full.
It is full. It sold out in like 30 minutes, if that. Mm-hmm. It was gone. Yeah.
And then the one in June with Feral Chick is also full.
It's also full. I know.
It's also full.
It's crazy.
Which is awesome.
It's very awesome. Yeah. So we have a couple of other events and things coming up. I wanted to go through our schedule real quick.
Okay.
I'll pop it up here on the screen. So we have the next one is MOORE Expo. We've got that coming up April 19th and 20th in Springfield, Missouri. Then we have Bonfire Rendezvous, which actually coincides with our Ladies Camp and Ride weekend. We'll be camping the first night, and then all of us will be kind of caravanning over to Bonfire. So that'll be a good time. Then I will be up in Bend, Oregon at Overland Expo Pacific Northwest. I'll be teaching some classes there. And then we roll into September with Overland of America. We're going to have a Ladies Overland Lounge at Overland of America. It's going to be really awesome. This is the first year of that event.
Yep.
So pretty excited. Then we've got Big Iron Overland Rally, which is just like a big, awesome music festival. It's super fun. And then Rendezvous in the Ozarks. We'll have a Ladies Overland Lounge. That just developed this week. So that'll be really cool. Then we also have in October, Feralosophy, our ladies only overlanding experience. That's a weekend event, and that will be in Jasper, Arkansas. We will have, oh my gosh, we're going to have so many things going on. We're going to have historical trail riding. We're going to see like old farmlands, music, live music, yoga, food, lots of training. We're going to have off-road recovery training. We're also going to have wilderness first aid. You and I are going to be doing some additional classes. We're going to have the Forest Service there. We're going to have Arkansas Game and Fish there. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be so much to learn and so much to do there. So we highly recommend you guys grab some tickets before they sell out.
Yep.
Whew, I think that's it.
Already sold a few. We're already on the path.
Yep, we're already on the path. So it's going to be a super, super packed year. And I have a very special announcement that just kind of transpired today. My husband surprised me with a trip to Spain in October.
Wow.
For our 20th anniversary. So
just you two alone?
What?
You two alone?
Yeah. Grown people stuff. Yeah.
Grown people stuff.
In Spain. It's going to be amazing.
Wow.
Wait. We rented a little camper van, and we're just going to do it up. We're going to hit everything we possibly can while we're there. So
how long are you going to be gone?
About 2 weeks. It's a short trip, but it's going to be a good time.
He did this all by himself?
He did. He booked everything all by himself. He only had like one little meltdown. It was awesome. It was great.
He don't like
for him. He's feral and all. So yeah, super excited.
That's in October, huh?
Have a really good time. Yeah. So that's all the announcements I have. Do you have anything to pass to our listeners?
me think. No, I don't.
Yeah, you got nothing?
No, no.
No. You got your snacks?
I just had a snack. I do have my trusty friend with me.
Your Mountain Dew.
I might
All
have some
right.
chocolate over here to the side.
So, are you ready to bring our guest on then?
Absolutely.
All right, let's
go.
do it. Hey, Charlene, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you ladies tonight?
We're good.
Great.
Yeah. So we just kind of went through our schedule for the year. We've got a couple of events coming up. We're pretty excited about. The first one is MOORE Expo. So we're going to be outdoors right near the entrance. Chris Holloway promised us a nice big space. So we're pretty excited about that. So any ladies that happen to be, at the expo, come by and see us. We'll have all kinds of training and classes and giveaways and fun stuff to do there.
Yep.
So it's going to be a good time.
It sounds like the MOORE Expo is going to be a great event. Chris was telling me about it and how they've doubled in size every single year for the last 5 years since they started it, which is super exciting. Like, that's hard to do. And how he just started it out of passion and has now turned into this big, incredible event. So very exciting for him and the whole group that's there. And sounds like you guys have been there before as well.
I've been every year.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, this is Misti's third year.
Third year. Yep.
Third year. Yeah, I've been to all 5. Well, I will be at all 5.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
That's awesome.
It's crazy the space that we had it in the first year, and it literally, he's correct. It has at least doubled every year, and now he has this the other expo next to it. He's doing at the same time. So I mean,
Power Sports Expo.
Power Sports Expo. It's next door, but it's on the same property. Like, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and that's at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds in Springfield, Missouri. That's where it's held every year. Yep. And it is going to be, I don't know what they're going to do if they keep growing. Like, they're going to have to.
I was going to say, what happens? What's next? I mean, he's probably already down that path, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's kind of down that path.
Yeah,
I think he's already there.
Some ideas, but it looks pretty exciting, pretty promising, and the ladies' lounge space is going to be in a great spot. So anybody that is attending will be able to see it as soon as you walk in, right across from the main doors into the building. So that whole ladies' lounge will be really exciting.
Oh yeah.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Jesse says we need to plan a group for Lambert's. Are you talking about the place that throws the rolls?
I don't know.
Is that what you're talking about?
She could be.
You need to answer me.
Okay.
Talking about that. For
right
real.
on.
I'm in if it's rolls.
That's not why we're here tonight. We're not here to talk about rolls and Lambert's. We're here to talk to Charlene. Absolutely.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right, we're in. We'll talk about that off the air. You hooked Arla on snacks. It's good.
Yeah, we're all about the snacks.
So why don't you take a minute and introduce yourself to everyone, Charlene, for those of our audience that don't know you, and just go ahead and give a little background on yourself.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So I have worked in the off-road industry for over 30 years. My joke is I buy the blonde and quite a bit of it. That's what I've come down to understanding. And so I just realized this a couple years ago, or excuse me, a couple weekends ago when I was working on a project, but the first about 14 years was in upper management of power sports dealerships. So multi-line dealerships with dirt bikes, side-by-sides, ATVs, all the rest of it. My very first job ever out of high school was actually at a motorcycle shop, changing tires, because they had to prove that I was just as cool as the guys, like go through the vetting process, right? So I went into the back to change the first tire, and they sent a guy back there with me to teach me how to do it. And I'm like, oh, wait, what's this? Do you guys have a machine to do it? Like, my dad makes me do it on a bucket in the front yard. Like, this is the coolest thing ever. And so they knew at that point that they weren't going to get rid of me. And so the big joke is I started by changing tires, and I'm still changing tires today. So clearly my mom is super proud of me. But the tires got bigger. they got bigger. So
Yeah.
after about 13 years of upper line management in power sports dealerships, I went on to the magazine business and worked for Side by Side Action Magazine and Sand Addiction Magazine until 2008 happened, when we had the economy crash. And you know, the first thing that everybody pulls in an economy crash is marketing. Like, why not? That's super smart. So ad sales went down, magazines went bankrupt, and that whole plan stopped. So I sat on my parents' floor and said, well, what do I do next? And that's when I started Bower Motorsports Media, which is 15 years old this year. So
Nice.
Bower Media is a PR and marketing firm for racers, companies, and events in the off-road segment. And it was, you know, Facebook hardly existed at the time. And so everything that we did during then was the internet and understanding how the internet worked, and PR and marketing, and helping all these companies work with their racers and their sponsorships, and helping people be successful through sponsorships. And then, of course, we had to have events in order to promote both of those people. So it was a great combination of all three things. And I've been to most every event and worked with most all of the big companies and all of the big racers that are out there today. And did all their PR and marketing, but it was very difficult making racers look good all the time. Blink, blink, blink.
When they're doing bad things. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very challenging. And as awesome as my lifestyle was, because I was at every event and doing all of these things, I was also the one that was behind the scenes making the videos and then cutting the videos at night, making sure they were up the next day. And then, as an example, we're down in Baja for the Baja 1000, and the next day we're out pre-running again and making the video, cutting the video, and pushing the video the next day, and then we're out pre-running again, right? So burnout happened. Burnout happened.
Yeah.
And so even though like it looked great on social media and things were awesome, I was at the bottom of my barrel and just couldn't do it anymore. And so I looked at myself and said, hey, Charlene, you're the one that built this business. It's your own dang fault. So you have to hold yourself to the flame and say, what's the problem here? And what did you do wrong? And how are you going to be more successful? And how are you going to push yourself, you know, into what the next category is? And I'd always told myself that if I failed at my business, if I was going to ever quit, then I was leaving the industry completely. Like I was out because it was a failure to me, right?
Yeah.
And so that was my decision. I was shutting my business down, and I was going to go work for Cold Stone. This was my big goal in life, because in Arizona where I was living, just down the street was their corporate marketing. And I'm like, if I can sell tires, I can sell ice cream. Like, how hard would that be?
Yeah,
Delicious.
It's
delicious.
Yeah. I mean, hello, easy peasy at that point. So I took that year, and I'm not one to burn bridges. So I took that year to like let my contracts run out and figure out what I needed to do next and what was going to happen. And I also said, I work in the awesomest industry in the world, and I've been given so many opportunities, but I was always too tired. I was always too busy. I was always all these excuses that girls, we all make for ourselves. And so I had to call myself out on it. That was another thing that had to be done. Like, you got to call yourself out on it and say, no, I have to take time for myself. I need to set my family, my kids, my job, my everything, and say, no, this is what I need to lift myself back up. And so I did that. And I know that now there's a movie called The Yes Year, but I did that. I'm like, okay, we'll do the Yes Year. And BFG is one of my main partners, and they came to me at the beginning of the year. They're like, hey, you won this event last year for us. Will you do it again? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then they're like, so we're the prime partner of this other event. Are you interested in doing that? And I'm like, yeah, sure. You should probably do research on certain things before you say yes. This is that insert.
Right.
And then at that point, they had said 2 yeses. So I'm like, hey, my friend came to me last year, and she's starting like this all-female rally next year. Will you support me in that? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, Sweet. Okay, interesting. So we have 3 massive events that are coming in. And I needed a co-driver for each one, but I didn't understand, like, each one had different needs, and I am one person, right? Like, you're one person, you know your set of qualities, you know your set of toolkit, and I needed somebody to offset my toolkit. So in 2016, I started the very first ever Ladies Co-Driver Challenge. I called BFG and said, hey, what do you think if I put like a challenge together to find co-drivers? Because if I'm burnt out in life, other people are burnt out in life. So let's give it a shot, right?
Amen to that.
And they're like, sure, whatever you want to do, Charlene, go do it. I'm like, okay. So 2 weeks later at Easter Jeep Safari, we pulled off the announcement of our Ladies Co-Driver Challenge. We only had, it was a super short time frame. It was like 2 to 3 weeks for ladies to register. And I made it hard because I needed people that were serious, right? So it was like this whole essay. You had to submit all these pictures, all these things. And within 2.5 weeks, ladies, I had 91 women from all over the country enter to be my co-driver.
Nice.
And I'm like, holy cow, what's going on here? Right? Like, what's the story there?
A big need.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, interesting. And luckily we had a plan how to get it from 91 to 3, because all I really wanted was like 10 people to submit their information so I could find 3 that had enough vacation time to hang out with me, right?
There lies the problem right there.
Yeah, exactly. These are all like 2 to 3 week commitments.
That's my problem.
So in that short time, like, we just went and did cool things. The very first event was Trail Emissions, which is an ABC special now, so you can go watch it. The second event was 36 Hours You Worry, where it was 36 hours of building bridges, pulling winch line, doing all kinds of crazy. And we took second in the pro class. And this is me with you, like a contest winner, right? And then the third event was the Rebel Rally, where we went out and won it.
Yeah.
Right, so that was really exciting, a really great time.
Yes, queen.
And, so then we came into November, and this is when we start upping all of our contracts for the racers and things. And remember the storyline, like, I'm quitting my job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how's that going?
Yeah, it's going great. Like, the money is going like this, and the fun is going like this, and at the end we'll hit January and we'll get a real job, right? That's the that's the goal. And so I start calling people in November that generally would recommend me as a PR person, right? And I said, hey, please just do me a favor and don't recommend me so I don't have to say no, because you guys know how hard it is to say no. Like, you itch your legs and you're like, okay, yeah, maybe I can help you a little bit, because
I have a terrible time with that.
Girls, this is part of our challenge. I'm like, just please don't even mention my name. And so Barbara, one of my friends, she says, Charlene, it's the end of the year. You're exhausted. Just breathe. Just breathe. Take a couple weeks. You'll be fine. And I'm like, no. Like, this has been a plan. This has been a strategy. I'm out. And she's like, just take a couple weeks and breathe. It'll be fine. I'm like, okay. Kind of on your style, right? Like, yeah, no. So in a couple weeks, she calls me, and I think she's just calling to check in on me. And she's like, hey, Charlene. So this is Barbara Rainey calling on behalf of the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame, and you've been nominated as the Rising Star in the industry category. And I'm like, is that right? Did you know this 2 weeks ago? And she's like, of course I did. Like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's like, don't make any massive moves because something's about ready to happen. And
you're like, dang it.
So I'm like, now what do I do? Right. So I called my parents and I'm like, I got good news and bad news. And my mom's like, well, what's the good news? And of course we celebrated this because that's amazing. Like, that's
a big deal.
That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
And then my dad's like, well, what's the bad news? I'm like, I can't quit right now. Like, what am I supposed to do? Write my resignation letter, take it up to the podium and say, hey, thanks for believing in me, but peace out. Like, really? What's going on here? So my dad made a really great statement right then, and he's like, Charlene, this ladies thing, like, and this was now 8 years ago. This ladies thing, nobody else is doing it. You are about everybody else and them, being successful. So get out there and do that. And I said, no, Dad, it's a false positive. I don't know if you know this, but girls hate each other. Like, it's never going to work. It's awful. Like, no, it's not going to happen. Like, this whole thing is going to backfire. It's not going to be a good plan. And so fast forward, here we are 8 years later. That very first year of Ladies Offroad Network, what's now called Ladies Offroad Network, it wasn't that in the very beginning. It was guiding, educating, and motivating. It was what it was called, Gem Off-Road. And that is the core to everything we do, because that very first year was all market research. So of course now I'm very well networked into the industry, and the industry says, well, Charlene, what do women want? And I'm like, well, that's an interesting question. Let me go find out. Because even though I am a lady and I've been a part of the industry for years and years, and I do talk to women consistently, what do we want? What does really matter?
I mean, that changes hourly.
Like what is the scene? Like, what do we want from the off-road industry? And and so I went and did that research and have worked with many of the big corporate companies in order to make sure that now women's products are available and that their communication to women is much different than it was before. So these are the things that are behind the scenes that you don't see. But Ladies Offroad Network in the forefront is 100% education based with adventure attached to it, in what we all a safe environment. So when you come to a Ladies Offroad Network event, I'm an International Four-Wheel Drive Trainers Association certified trainer. And so you're getting industry standard, highest level of education, because that's how it should be. And then you get an adventure element that potentially comes with it. Like, I cook for everybody and we have health issues all over the place, especially now. So we fulfill all of those. And then we have that safety element. Like, okay, I got you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're a brand new off-roader that is just putting your vehicle into four-wheel drive, or you're a big buggy girl with 42s and you can't lose, girl, I'm right with you, because I've been up backdoor 100 times at King of the Hammers, right? So
Arla's face just
push anybody at any step.
I'm so excited. I want to go.
Yeah. All right, let's go. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what, you can tell I'm passionate. Sorry, I just talk a lot. But
no, it's all good, girl.
I came
You're about halfway through the show now. We're good. Keep going.
I know, right? Like, okay, so what else am I talking about?
I'm just going to drink something while you're talking. Go ahead. No,
I'm just used to talking a lot, apparently.
Oh, it's all good.
It's all good.
But,
so we do have a couple of comments real quick.
Cool.
We
on
have,
the Instagram?
On the IG, yep. We have Overlanding Dreamers said, Charlene is amazing and awesome at the same time.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Listen, one thing about that, I don't know if y'all saw their Gladiator and what happened there. They flipped over on their side. They didn't get hurt, luckily. Already got a few parts to fix it, but still heartbreaking, how much we put into our rigs and all these things to go out and do what we do, something like that to happen. But they're totally fine. Nothing happened.
So that's
to them.
Yeah, and that's a great story. So I home base out of Phoenix, out of Mesa, Arizona, and also here in Moab. I'm in my Moab office right now because, of course, we just finished the most amazing week of Easter Jeep Safari, right? And then my motorhome, which travels all over the country. So I feel like I'm on the road more than I am at either one of these locations. But
yeah,
I do appreciate that comment, and then also what happened. And, immediately once they flopped, it's a flop. It wasn't a roll. It was a flop. Right. It was a simple flop. Hey, Charlene, who can we contact in order to get some help out here? So, the availability and the reference and having that opportunity for other people to be successful, like, that's what I am as well, and a resource to many all over the country. It doesn't matter where you're living, if you're traveling, if you're in some spot, if you just need help with understanding how to build your rig, etc. If I don't know the answer at the industry level, I know the owner of the company. And
Right.
so I call the owner of the company and say, hey, let's talk about this for a second. Or if I see a product, like we had some Toyota, you guys have a lot of Toyota ladies in your overlanding group. And one of my biggest problems that I have is Toyota front bumpers when they want to put a winch on. So when a lady wants to put a winch, anybody, but we're talking
Girls,
about
ladies.
fair enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when anybody wants to put a winch on the front of a Toyota, well, they have to get a new bumper because that's what we do. Well, these new bumpers that then were made for Toyotas that had winches, I had to stick my hand down inside, pop the hood and stick my hand down inside in order to release the winch from engaged to disengaged.
Huh.
And I'm like, no, and no. Like, when do we use a winch? We use a winch when we're pucker butted, our full tilt pucker butt, right? At an angle, doing something that we don't want to be doing.
Right.
That's when we use the winch. And I am not going to pop a hood, get on top of the vehicle, stick my hand down inside in order to get the winch to go into free spool. So I took a picture and I immediately called the owner of the company and said, dude, pull back and understand what this is all about. This is inappropriate and this is not okay. So that's the kind of stuff too that's going on in the background of making sure that, we're all working together and helping each other out. But
Right.
I just want to bring that up because there's still a bunch of bumpers out there for Toyotas that are not appropriate.
Mine's appropriate. I have a hybrid bumper,
Good.
so mine's aftermarket.
It's appropriate.
I'm very appropriate. Not really.
You got any more over there that you need to read off?
Nice.
No, we have several people watching, but no other comments over here. You have any over in your side?
Well, just Jesse's saying, you mean it's a show with no snack talk? Yes, she's trying to do that to me. Jesse, it's not nice.
Hey,
so
no
let me
back
tell you
talk
about my
on
snacks. Okay, so I'll tell you about
Yes, talk about snacks.
So
yeah, let's talk about snacks.
I love snacks. We take snacks on everything because, of course, we're girls and we get hangry, and so we have snacks. Well, I had to figure out how the best way was to travel snacks, and especially for everybody. I mean, I have adjustable suspension because I have so many snacks. Lots of times, like a lot of snacks, right? And so I just recently came up with the ultimate solution, and I don't have it here in order to tell you because literally it's out in the Jeep, or else I would have had it right here in order to show you. But I have the best snack solution now, where before I had them in like these cute tin pans, like they were super cute. And then I'd put them on my, fold out table on the back of the Jeep, and everybody would come and get their snacks and their drinks and stuff. Now I have a suitcase full. So one of those hard suitcases is like this big. Yeah. And then you know how the one side zips closed so you can like zip it? Yeah. And so like all the snacks. And of course they're organized.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I just leveled your snack selection, didn't
I? I'm so excited right now.
Yeah.
So
we got
if
a question.
Your suitcase is missing. Arla took it.
Oh, damn sure I took it. For real. Yeah, I'm in that snack box for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, Mel wants to know what is your favorite part of your job? That's a good one.
Good question.
Absolutely, my favorite part of my job is meeting other ladies because they're the ones that they always say from me, "Hey, I learned so much. I so much appreciate being around you." Da 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 da. And I'm like, but I'm the one that gets to travel around the country and impact your journey. And with that one simple step and, whatever it was, that transaction that we had, whether you're with me for my 5-hour class that we do at a shop, or if you're with me for my 5-day class that we do, it doesn't really matter. Like each one, you guys have impacted me and made me want to continue to do this and make sure the industry is behind us as women in being successful. So it's really cool. I'm also part of the Tread Lightly board of directors, and do a lot for the land side of things. And I also find a lot of reward in that as well. So making sure that we are keeping our land open to where we can be successful in the future. I think that that's extremely important.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Melanie says,
Oh,
when you open the passenger back door of her Jeep, she has a 3-drawer system with snacks. Why am I just now knowing this
Really?
and I camp with you?
Dude, we just camped with you.
Because she knows that you're going to attack her snack system.
You're screwed now. You're screwed now.
She's keep them for herself.
You basically just invited me to your snackle box. That's
Yeah,
what
I've seen that too. Have you guys seen that? The
snackle box?
snackle box.
Yeah.
The tackle box. We tried that. It just wasn't big enough.
We got to take a little quick break, though, because since Melanie's here, Miss Melanie,
we got stuff to talk about her.
you are our Lady Overlander of the Week, ma'am.
Woo!
Yes, that's right.
Melanie Macbeth. That's you, girl.
Melanie was nominated by Galen, and
Aww.
he said that she will be celebrating her 5 years in remission from her 10th round of cancer. She's overcome at MOORE Expo.
She's a badass.
Yes. She has persevered over everything. Like, she's had multiple health issues, all kinds of stuff. I can't even go into it. It's a lot of stuff. And she has persevered over all of it. She's still going strong. She's an amazing, sweet soul.
Has the best attitude.
Yes, best
attitude. The best
ever.
attitude.
Cool little motorcycle she lets us ride.
That's so fun. I need that.
Yeah. So congratulations and thank you for being so amazing. We love you.
She's so amazing.
But now we got to talk about your snacks in the drawer because I want those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got to talk to Charlene. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll come back to the snacks. Yes.
I want to know how many people she has hanging around for a 3-drawer snack system.
Girl, well, she's going to have more.
She's very motherly.
Yes, she is. She's a caretaker, that's for sure.
She is. She is a caretaker. She is. Make sure everybody's good. Wants to share. She's very cool.
Did you see what she said?
Tears. She said tears. My electric bike will be here tomorrow. What?
Yes, girl. Nice.
Now I'm really jealous. So you just want to give me your little motorbike then?
Can we have it?
That's so cute.
Please. What is that thing called, Melanie? Tell me again. I can't remember the name of it.
Shoot.
Do you remember? So we got to ride. We had a listener appreciation camp out last winter.
It's a little squatty little,
and it's a little
short
bike.
Little
chubby tires. I don't remember what it's called.
Chubby tires.
They are
so cute. It was fun. And she brings the shine and caramel crack.
That is accurate. Yes, Galen.
She may be the shine.
So she likes to party too. That sounds like my kind of girl.
Yes. Yes.
Snacks and she likes to party.
He's a great bestie. Aww. Yeah, it's so cool. Oh, R&R, she said.
Oh, the motorcycle? Okay. It's called R&R.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Oh, hang on. Oh, pit bike. Pit bike, 200cc.
Nice. It's fun.
Yeah.
Fun little ride.
Sounds like a little fat wheel pit bike.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Chubby. Yeah. Chubby wheels.
They call it the rum runner. This is true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. She likes to party.
Yeah, I can bring me rum anytime. Yeah.
That's still a little beverage and snacks.
Yeah, it's totally my kind of girl. Like, likes to party, has the snacks. Yeah. Has the dirt bike to run back and forth. Like,
what else do you need?
For? Yeah.
What else do you need?
Yeah.
You
can't wait to meet you in person. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's amazing.
100%.
Love her.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah. So let's talk about what you've got going on this upcoming year. You've got a lot of different events and things I'm sure you'll be hitting to. So let's talk about a few of those that you're hitting.
So I hit the big main events throughout the year. And I'll back up just a little bit.
Okay.
In 2016, we started Ladies Offroad Network. In 2017, we just kind of, I don't know, did whatever it was we figured out we needed to do. Because there was no path, right? There was no path back then as to what women wanted and how to do what's happening now. So then in 2018, the East Coast called me out and said, "Oh no, that's just a West Coast thing. You're not East Coast thing." And I'm like, "Oh, right on." So I jumped in the Jeep, and 23 stops around the country later, I proved that we're not just a West Coast thing. Like, you want to challenge me? Watch this, right? Hold my beer.
Must not know about me.
More like whiskey, but yeah, just so we're clear. And so I did 23 stops around the country. And then in 2019, I did 75 stops around the country plus Canada. Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. So when I say I'm in my motorhome more than I am at my home,
literally,
that's what it kind of feels like, quite a bit. And so I did 75 stops around the country. And then, as we all know, we all got put back in our box, right? With the whole scenario in 2020. And so got put back in my box. And that was hard because all the events that I had been attending, for years got shut down, canceled, weird adjustments. And so I created an event space in my backyard, and we kept doing education. And education is super important. And a lot of people, started getting into the camping phase and the overlanding phase and the off-roading phase because now they had time and were forced outside and all this stuff and stuff. And so just provided that education. And then through that, the next couple of years, things came back to life, as I'll say. Like, our events started coming back, and so it's really nice to see our King of the Hammers is always one of my top events, Easter Jeep Safari, Jeep Beach, and then I really appreciate the Overland Expos. The girls that run that event have been friends for years, because we go way back, about 10 years when they started with the Off-Road Expo in Pomona. So there's so many groups of people, and we've all worked together. At the end of the day, the industry is very small. Even though it's big, it's very small. And
it is.
And so we can all support each other, right, in being successful. And so this year, just like that, we had King of the Hammers, which was an amazing event, as always. We just wrapped up Easter Jeep Safari. I haven't slept yet, but as I was telling the girls, I ran in from a trail, threw some fresh makeup on, and hi, here we are. So we're wrapping that up at the end of this week. And then the next one is Jeep Beach. And so we'll head to Jeep Beach. And we have all 4 of the Overland Expos that we'll be participating in as well. So those are our big events that are other people events. But Ladies Offroad Network also hosts our own. We have our Spring Skills Camp in Arizona that we just finished up with. And then we have a Spring Skills Camp in Tennessee and Pennsylvania in June. And then we have our Adventure Series. So our Adventure Series is where ladies can come with their families, their husbands, whoever. It doesn't matter, or by themselves. Doesn't matter to me. That's where you're showing it off and having some fun. So we have Sierra Trek up in the Sierras by Tahoe. And then we also will be in Tennessee back in Windrock for another event back there. And then we have the big ones. So Jeepers Jamboree is the Rubicon. So everybody wants to go on the Rubicon Trail, big bucket list. So we have that one that is in the summertime, and then we'll have a Moab experience in the fall. So there's just big things that happen along with our other smaller times. So as I travel, I like to stop and pull off a class here and there. And so that's where you start seeing me drop into places all over the country, and it gets random and it gets, last minute-ish, but it works.
It in the schedule.
It's fun. Yeah. It's always check that calendar. These are the big ones that get planned in December. And then as she does this and turns right and left, there's all kinds of other cool things that get added in. So it's a lot of fun. But that's the big stuff. That's the majority of it. Hashtag never bored. That's my hashtag, never bored. Yeah. It should be hashtag lots of fuel. Lots of fuel.
Yeah. Lots of fuel.
Gas money.
Absolutely.
Hey, Tosh.
Hey, Tosh. Why don't you take us into your build? Talk about your Jeep and What you got going on there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Sounds built.
Frankie is the green Jeep that you guys see. And so in 2016, BF Goodrich Tires built 3 Jeeps. It was Benny, that was blue, Frankie, that was green, and Gracie, that was a 2-door pink Jeep. And so when they had these 3 Jeeps out running around, they're like, well, which one do you want to use for your events? And I'm like, the green one, because it's going to pop in all the pictures, right?
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, you don't want the pink one? I'm like, no. For one, no to pink. Number 2, it's a 2-door. What are you thinking? Like, I got to take all my snacks. Right?
Yeah, right? You gotta have room for that. You need a whole other back seat for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to take all my snacks. Don't you understand? 2 doors don't work for girls. I mean, it works for a lot of people. I'm not disrespecting that, but hello, snacks, right? So Frankie, it's the BFG, Benjamin Franklin Goodrich is where the names came from. Everybody asked where the name came from, so that's it.
Awesome.
So 2 years later, their lease was up with the Jeeps, and I bought Frankie because it had such a storyline with Ladies Offroad Network, and we knew we had to continue that on. And so I bought Frankie, and it is now had just quite the storyline, quite the entertainment value. It has its own life in its own way, I guess. If it had its own Instagram page, it would be more famous than anybody, I'm sure, but whatever. So, right, you know how that goes, like the dog
in your spare time.
famous.
I mean, come
on. But it's a really cool Jeep. It started out as a sport. It started out with nothing, and built it out to where it has, front and rear lockers and 37-inch KO2 tires, the all-terrain tires.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Icon adjustable suspension underneath it, which I'm going to tell you, ladies, I really, really appreciate the adjustable suspension, and I think everybody should look into it. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worthwhile? Yes. And let me explain the why, because, well, we take snacks, right? If we're going to go down that lane. So if you have, we talk about this when we're airing down tires too, that everything is based around weight. Everything is based around how much weight do you have in your vehicle. And some days, Misti, you go out for a day trip, and so you just have an X amount of weight. And then you go out for the entire weekend or for a week and an overlanding trip. Well, you have way more weight.
Or
right?
months with my whole family. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So your weight is significantly different from this to this. Well, how are you going to build a suspension kit that's going to work for you in any situation?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work.
Valid
so
point.
The adjustable suspension, it's just clickers. And so you can just click. In my case, I overpack. I'm a constant overpacker because we have to have everything. And so when I go down to Baja, as an example, like I completely overpack. And then we get down to the hotel, you empty everything out, you empty it out. Well, now I'm way light.
Yeah.
So I just go out, click, and off we go out on the trails. So we had a great ride down that wasn't smashed out. And then we have a great ride while we're out, wandering around. So the Icon suspension's awesome. The Raceline wheels, I just traded out my black Raceline wheels for some silver Raceline wheels, and literally like glow in the dark. It's insane.
Nice.
So it's a really, really nice, consistent vehicle. I do watch some people overbuild their vehicles, and I say, hey, hold on a second. Like, what's your goal here? What's your plan? Mm-hmm. Are you a daily driver, or are you just off-road? Mine, I have anti-rock suspension, sway bars, right, in the front and the rear. And if you're a daily driver, that's not the best plan. You want to keep your sway bar in the front and then maybe put it in the rear, but not both. So, so that's, a lot of what we work with too, is helping people with their builds, and the Warren winch up front, of course, and I've had different bumpers and different tailgate mounts, and man, I got some really cool taillights right now. I mean, it's really neat. I was looking at it yesterday. We were on Poison Spider up on one of the mesas. I'm like, wow, that looks sexy. I'm like, really good.
Yeah, you said so myself. Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
See,
Right on.
I see you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The rock slide engineering steps, the ones that pop out,
Mm-hmm.
right when you open your doors, but they act as rock sliders.
Yeah.
All the rest of the time. So when we're out wheeling and they're protected, it's perfect.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you ever have any issues with it hanging up or anything? Because there are some out there that actually you do have that issue
Yeah.
when the step drops down. So it's hung up on the
ones,
rocks or whatever.
they're really cool when they hit the rock. Like if you happen to be stop somewhere and you open your door and it hits the rock, it automatically stops.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I only turn them on when my short friends are with me. So like my mom.
You don't have to use it all the time.
Yeah, I turned them on today for my mom. Yeah.
Aw.
We would turn them on for Lisa. She's very short.
Yeah. Our little Lisa. Little Miss Jasper, Arkansas here. That's our
Nice.
Lisa.
I'm not texting you back, Lisa, because I'm live on the air right now, girl.
Dang it, Lisa, you know what Wednesday is. Stop
Come on
it.
now.
We don't text you while you're on your live Wednesdays.
Actually, yeah, sometimes I do.
Nice.
Just a second. Call me.
Call me.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's I think for our ladies group, I think it's right in that midsection of where it needs to be, where it's not a buggy. I don't have a buggy anymore. We invested more into the Jeep. I got rid of the buggy for a minute, but we're getting back into the big tire scene.
Yes.
Yeah. And I also feel like the Subaru group, we have a Subaru in my circle, so I play with that quite a bit. I think it's a really important market in that all-wheel drive scene and making sure that they have what they need to be successful. The other thing that I've educated myself on this year is the van market and making sure that the van all-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive, what the difference is. When somebody, especially our ladies, are out there going on these overlanding trips now, and in a very top-heavy vehicle, a very heavy vehicle, a very top-heavy vehicle, all of a sudden they turn a corner and there's a cross rut because there was some water that went through. Okay, what's our challenge? How are we going to get through this? How do we do this? And it's not always turned around, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we just traveled 6 hours and fuel is right on the other side of that rut. So what are you going to do? And so that becomes a lot of our conversations and how to make that work. So I've taken a lot of time this year to educate myself on the van market so that I can help people be more successful. Even, I get phone calls all the time. They start, sometimes they're crying. Most of the time they've like gotten past that point, and then they're like, okay, Charlene, this is what's happening. I'm like, okay, send me a picture. Let's get you out of the situation. And
I don't even want to talk about how many vans we helped get unstuck in Lone Rock last year.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot.
She gave her go treads a workover.
My go treads were shredded by the end of the day. I mean, it was a lot of people we helped get unstuck.
Yeah.
It's
Like 20. Did you say about 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it in mud or what was it?
No, it was just sand. It was out in
burying up.
Just sand. They were just burying themselves over and over and over again.
Crazy.
Well, it's a spooling technique too with those, depending on what kind of van it is. It's also spooling them out, which is kind of interesting because that's a whole different style of drive style. And if you don't understand it, you can get yourself stuck just not understanding your drive style and the vehicle performance.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
At least you had fun.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. It was funny because there were two ladies sitting like camping near where everybody was getting stuck, and they kept saying, "Oh, they have go treads over there. You can, blah blah blah." Because we also had winches, but we didn't want to pack up everything and drive the vehicles over there and then, do all that. So we're like, let's see if we can get you unstuck with the go treads first. Gotcha. If we can't, then we'll go get the vehicles. Yep. After about the fourth or fifth vehicle, I'm like, this sucks. Stop telling people that we have these go treads.
This is when you hold up the sign, $5.
Yeah.
$5.
The girls so they saw us over there helping somebody get unstuck, and they came over with the shovel, and they're like, we feel bad that we keep telling everybody to go talk to you, so we're going to help you guys get this one unstuck. I was like, yeah, thanks. Stop telling people. So but it was an all day thing. That's all we did all day. I was like, this is crazy.
Well, that's fun. Could have been bored.
could have been. I was
Yeah.
there to relax, but hey.
There was entertainment. That was still
Yeah, it was
entertainment.
definitely entertainment. We were
Yeah.
taking wagers. All right, is this one going to make it through? Why did they go that
Mhm.
way? Oh boy, here we go again.
Oh
It
my
was a
gosh,
whole
that's
day.
awesome. That's
But
awesome.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
All the things.
always
All the
exciting.
things.
All
Yeah.
the things.
So, what would you say is like the worst day on the trail for you that's ever happened, and how did you deal with that and overcome that?
That's a good one.
Don't have a bad day ever?
There's never a bad day on the trail. Well, I overcame one of my fears. You want to hear
Yeah.
about that one? I
Yeah.
can do that one because that was a moment. Buggy life. Buggy life. So you're open cab, right? Open
Mhm.
everything. Climbing waterfalls. Well, what's at the
Nice.
bottom of a waterfall? A
Rocks,
puddle.
water.
Water
Right?
and rocks.
Yeah, good plan. Water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we call it Poopy Falls because at the bottom of this waterfall was water, and it was like an area where there was a bunch of cows. So we would always call it Poopy Falls because you had to go through the water, which meant you had now wet tires, and then bump the fall to get up it. And if you flopped, you were in
You got the poo on you.
cow poop water.
Oh,
Gross, man.
gross,
So
gross,
that happens. So that happens. And it's a mental thing, go back to girls and how our brains work, right? Like it was a mental thing because I was focused on Poopy Falls and the poopy water that was right there. Hey, guess what? I ended up in the poopy water. So I always braid my hair when I'm out on the trails, if you guys have seen pictures. And my hair was down in the poopy water. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. And the guys were super fast because it was one of the, it was a fall. So everybody was there watching and we had the winch sign pulled like that. And I was pushed back up and up I went. Like it wasn't a big deal at the end. But like that's when you have to overcome a fear of I don't want to roll in water. And then you flop into the water. That's a bad day. But you also got to the point where check mark. Okay, I did it.
Yeah.
I lived.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I smell bad.
Nicole's
but I'm alive.
okay.
Yeah.
I took a shower that night. And we've pulled everything out of the little poopy water pond that had fallen out of the buggy into there. And I had to clean all that too. And then you move on. And so then you find the next thing that you need to overcome and get better at. So yeah.
Lisa says that her Misti almost died this week on a waterfall. Death by long walk of Fort Mission.
We did. We were waterfall chasing in the Ozarks here, and we got to this one trail, and you had to walk up this really, really steep incline. And we got about halfway up it, and we're like, "Yeah, I'm sure that waterfall's fine over there. We're done with this. We're turning around."
Good.
Like we couldn't breathe. We're like, "Forget this. We're turning around."
Right.
Yeah.
Abort.
Abort.
Abort mission.
Yeah, we went on a new to me trail around here, and it's where the Green River and the Colorado River come together, and the two waters are different colors called the convergence out in Canyonlands National Park. And it's so misleading that you can drive right up to it, and then there is a half-mile hike at the end. And I'm like, really right now? I was not ready to go for a hike. Like the fat kid in me was like, not doing it. And then the adventure kid in me said, yeah, you are. So guess what? We walked all the way out there. And it was great. I mean, it was totally worth it at the end, right? But then you're in the middle of it. The fat kid's like panting.
Like the hippo and Jumanji in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Arla, your husband's waving to us from Instagram.
From Instagram? How sweet. Yeah. I'm sure he's killing people in the other room or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. Oh, one thing I need to touch on, just so we don't forget before the show does come to a close, is that Misti and I would like to wish our sponsor, Okie Overland, Kyle and Casey Reese, a happy 14th anniversary.
Happy anniversary, guys. Yes.
Love.
Yes. Love you
It's their
guys.
anniversary. It's your anniversary. Anniversary. Y'all know the song.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, is there a song? I didn't know there
Yeah.
was.
Oh, yeah. Who sings that? It's your anniversary.
Belle Biv DeVoe or somebody.
No, it's not Belle Biv DeVoe.
Don't come at me. Stop it.
It can't be them. I don't believe them.
Stop it.
Listen.
I don't know. It's an
Look at
older
that.
song. Okay, I'm old. Leave me be. Let me have my fun.
Happy anniversary, guys. We love you very much.
Moving
Oh,
on.
oh my gosh, Galen, you're right. Oh my gosh. And happy anniversary to Jared and
And
Kayla
Jared
Cook.
Kayla Cook. I ain't got to that one yet.
Well, you gotta hurry up.
It's their so Shop Overland Apparel,
1
who
year.
who carries all of our merch for Lady Overlander Radio that Misty is repping today. It is their 1 year wedding anniversary, and they have a baby cook in the oven.
And they have a little baby boy cooking in the oven.
That's
Yay.
new.
Yes.
Happy anniversary, guys.
And they will be in booth 53 at the MOORE Expo, ready to make you some shirts.
Go buy our merch, people.
Yes.
And then Old Man on Truck says, I thought you were about to announce the Mountain Dew sponsorship. Dude, I wish.
Dude, don't
They
tell
Have you
them.
been sponsored yet?
That. Don't tell them. We haven't announced that publicly yet. Dang.
Phil's my spirit animal because he also drinks the Mountain Dew, and he drank it last week when he was on our show with us.
Coke Zero.
Ew. Got to get straight in the vein. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
So, is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience before we wrap up the show? We still have plenty of time. So, if there's anything else you'd like to
Yeah.
touch on, we can do it now.
Have the floor.
I just say to everybody, keep having a great time in life. Like, keep pushing your boundaries, keep finding your way, keep doing your thing. Like, Ladies Offroad Network started completely by accident, as you guys just heard. And it is like the coolest thing that I've ever done as a give back project. It's 100% my give back project and what I do full time ish now. The side hustle is continuing to keep the industry on task and making sure that they're, available for us. But the just make sure that you just keep going, like keep doing cool things, keep learning, keep getting educated, don't stop getting educated. And I think the thing with your group as well as mine is and I also don't think that there's any separation that came out wrong, is when you're an educated person and when you want to learn, you connect with each other, just like
Right.
we've connected. Like,
Yep.
it's about education. It's not about, who can do better, or who can do this, or who can do that. Like, how can we make sure that all of us together go up? And I also think that it's not just about women. There's also a ton of men out there that need to learn. There's a ton of new people in our off-road space, especially since 2020. And they all need to be educated, and everybody needs to learn appropriate ways of being off-road. Sorry, overlanders, you are all off-roaders. The
Yes.
second you go off of the asphalt onto the dirt, you are an off-roader. And a lot of people don't like that word because they think it's rock crawling, but it's not just rock crawling. Today I did a level 2 road that was gorgeous. We hardly even aired down. It was beautiful and everybody had a great time. And guess what? We're all off-roaders, So it's just a matter of making sure that we're all going together in a positive manner, and keeping our trails open is super important. Doesn't
Yes.
matter where you live. You'll see an article coming out from me in a minute in some of the bigger publications, and it's about cookies. I just
That's a
said that.
snack.
It's about cookies. See how
Like
I work?
real cookies.
But it's about cookies. Like, we all need our chocolate chip cookie, which is Tread Lightly. And the Tread Lightly is the education element of our land use groups. We all need our sugar cookie, which is like Blue Ribbon Coalition. And they're the group that is fighting the government, the BLM, and making sure that we have people in task and online and ready for that fight. And then we need our specialty Christmas cookies. I don't know about you, but I have my favorites. Right? And the specialty Christmas cookies are, where do you go wheeling? So I go to Moab as an example. So there's a Friends of Moab here if I want to be very specific in making sure that I am donating and I am participating in keeping these Moab trails open, I need to be participating in Friends of Moab as well.
Right.
So you need all 3 cookies. You know, if you have different specialty cookies, if you have different places that you like to go, Oceano Dunes, Pismo Beach was a big win that we just had in California, keeping that open. You know, so that's a specialty cookie in its own way. Only so many people would go there. But we need to support that local group because these other 2 groups, we're also working with them in order to keep that open. The private sector back on the East Coast is just as important as the public sector on the West Coast. It's a little bit of a different game, but it is just as important because the time, you know, the moment that those gates get closed on that private land is the moment we don't get to play anymore. So we just need to make sure that we're all watching out for that and maintaining our positivity in any kind of way that we possibly can. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your part. Absolutely.
You had me at cookies. So, yes.
Same.
100%.
So especially when we said chocolate chip.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like chocolate.
What are you, peanut butter? Chocolate chip,
No.
peanut butter. What do we got?
Me?
No? Yeah.
Oh, girl, I'm lemon.
Oh.
Lemon cookie. You're an outcast, ma'am.
Lemon. Oh, and white chocolate macadamia. I like those too.
Okay, that's better. I mean, than lemon.
It's great.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip.
Yeah. Those are yummy.
I'm the tread lightly. That's me.
Okay. Well, you can tread lightly and I'll be whatever the lemon one is. Is that a specialty cookie? I don't know.
Don't know.
I do host
Insanity says chocolate chip always.
chocolate chip all the way.
Fine.
Yeah, I do host Tread Lightly Tread Trainer certification classes as well. So if you guys are ever interested in doing that, let's make sure we get everybody certified. And all it is it gives you guys the opportunity and the banner to speak on behalf of Tread Lightly when you're out on the trails. And anybody that's listening, you guys can be one as well. So yeah, let's make sure that everybody gets that certification under your belt because it just helps with words, right? Like at the end of the day, when somebody throws some trash out the window, what are you going to do about that? How are you going to manage that?
Oh, I mean,
well, yeah, you're going to tackle him, throw at him, you know, but
throw it back in the car.
Successful? Is that really going to turn out successful, right? Like when somebody is smashing through the rivers and we need to maintain just a little bit of trail etiquette here, like how can we be more successful with that? So helping with that communication tool, helping with the words. Again, back to the roots of the PR person that's sitting in front of you right now.
Yep, absolutely.
And, making that happen. Oh, look who came to say hi. Hold on.
You got the baby.
Laws of Sanity says Ram Jam is not acceptable? Question mark.
So this is Oil. Oil always likes to say hi.
Hi,
hey, Oil. You're not the same one as earlier.
No,
that was Piston. We got Piston and Oil. They travel with me all the time. Yeah.
Aww.
The babies.
It's like I am not about being on TV right now.
Yeah.
Back off.
He likes it. He's just gonna stand here and his tail just goes like this.
Well, you see my dog walking around behind me and her tail's up in the air walking around.
Yeah, so this is how my lives usually go, just like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's Ellie doing, Arla?
Huh?
How's Ellie doing?
She's in here somewhere.
She's mad at her cat because her cat was potty trained to go potty on the toilet, and now she's not doing it anymore for some reason.
You got that done. How'd you do that?
A bad word.
Oh, tell her how you do it.
It's called a litter quitter that you buy for your toilet, and it's a 3-step process where you put the tray in so you lift the toilet seat up so it's in boy position, and you put the toilet thing on and put the tray in there and put like a little bit of litter, and they jump up there and they scratch around and they go potty in the litter on the toilet. And then like 2 weeks later, you pull that one out and put a tray in that has like a little slit in it. So you can see inside the toilet now, and they do the same thing. And then 2 weeks later, it's a bigger one. And then you take it off and they start going on that. And that's how we trained her as a kitten. And now she's 9 years old and she's being a booty wanger.
Booty wanger.
Quite literally, apparently.
I think she said she wants to be an outdoor cat.
Oh.
I'm
Wow.
Oh
not.
yeah, Kristen thinks he's an outdoor cat too, but let me tell you, he's
Listen,
not.
she
Well,
better
he went
wrap
on
it
an
up.
adventure today. Listen,
Wrap it up.
Kristen had places to be. Yeah, I don't
Wrap
know
it
what's
up.
going on with your cat, but she's like revolting or something. She's like taking a stand. What'd you do?
Yeah. She gonna take a stand. Out the door. Be an outside kitty.
Poor
out there.
kitty. Aw.
Come get your cat.
No, it's not
Somebody.
my cat. You keep trying to give me her and Diamond. I don't want
Come
either
get your
one.
cat. Come get it.
Nope.
You're only 2 hours away. I'll wait for you.
Mm-mm. I only take potty trained cats.
She's still trained, but she's not trained to go in the toilet.
I've
gonna get trained
always
outside.
wondered about that, like how you train them how to do it.
She does really well. I mean, you have to leave the bathroom door open and all that. And I mean,
Yeah.
up until recently, she did really well with it. I think she's just being sassy.
something- I don't know. It's been like the last month where she's like, I'm not doing it.
That's awesome.
I don't like litter boxes. They just gross me out.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought this new thing that's got like pellets in it. It's for her to do her business in and all this stuff. Trying to save her from being an outdoor cat. But if she wants to rebel, then she's going to have to be an outdoor cat.
At 9 years old.
At 9 years old. She has
Good
been an
luck
outdoor
out
cat
there,
before we
buddy.
moved. She's been outdoor. She has done both. She just gets her butt whipped if she goes outside.
Yeah.
She's a sissy.
Yeah.
And she's chunky.
She's a little chunky. Yes. Poor thing.
Awesome.
She's thick.
She's thick.
She likes snacks too.
She's thick and she likes to lay in the sun, just like me.
Oh,
Speaking of, there will not be a show next week. Misty and I will be
No.
traveling.
Mhm.
And then the following week, we will be heading to MOORE Expo. So you're going to have to come and see us there.
yes, yes.
And then the next week, we'll be prepping for our ladies camping ride. So we busy.
The next
got a
week
whole
is our ladies camping ride. So there you have it.
Sorry,
our
we
schedule.
won't be here for a bit.
But yeah.
Yeah. But you can catch us in person at all of those other things. So,
I mean, I'll be signing autographs, you know.
right?
Just kidding.
Signing autographs on the beach in Florida. That's right.
Hell yeah.
Well, oh boy, we're going to have a good time.
We go down a rabbit hole. It's fun.
Yeah, we always do that.
It's awesome.
So thank you so much for being on the show, Charlene. We had a really good time. Thank you for all the great information. I know that the people that watched thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, you have a lot of knowledge and experience, and we love that you empower people to get out there, learn things and do things and try things. And that's just an amazing thing you do.
Yeah, thank you, ladies, for having me on. And, you know, like, we're working together. Hopefully everybody understands, like, this is an open environment, and it's just about us all learning together. Like, that's the biggest thing that matters. So
Absolutely.
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
We're
keep
better
being
together,
awesome.
that's for sure. Yep.
Yeah, bigger, better, badasser is my
Hell
statement.
yeah. Badasser together. I like it.
Yeah, bigger, better, badasser. Like, how can we be badasser than we already are?
Make a shirt that says that.
Clearly, we're badass.
Nobody has
Right?
one.
Hello.
Clearly,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
a t-shirt.
Learning to be badasser.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me,
It
I
could
have.
be bigger, better, badasser. That's what's up.
I already have it.
I was
Okay.
just saying, she probably already has that
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah,
go.
it's
I
been
need that
about it
shirt.
for a while.
Well, get it. I,
Damn.
think
Yeah.
I heard on her live she's opening her online shop this week or something. So get it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this
Right.
week our online store will be open for a week because I have the ability to ship out since I'm here in my Moab home. And so we'll ship with some new stuff that will be on there. And then our new store will be open probably in the beginning of summer. I'm going to say like June.
Nice.
June,
Nice.
July. And so we'll have a big fancy store. And it will not just be Ladies Offroad Network style stuff. So it'll be a lot of other things. Like I have a I'm Not Just a Girl shirt line that I started 13 years ago. And it was for ladies that are, I don't know how to say it, positive. So all the ladies off-road gear that was made back in the day was all super negative, you know, like, I don't know. I don't want to attack anybody, so we'll just let that go. You can define what you want to define there. And a lot
That's
of people,
empowering. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't very empowering. How about that? And it
Right.
didn't fit a lot of ladies. So
Mhm.
I built a brand. I'm not just a girl, based around a positive theme, positive look, and also from extra small to 4XL so that it
Love it.
fits everybody. Yeah. And ridiculously, even though I've been running Ladies Offroad Network, like that kind of fell off for a second. I'm like, what are you doing? But I've been busy, right? I've been just like traveling around the country and things. Um,
You just need to
so
clone yourself and then you'll be fine.
yeah, something like that. But that's also very dangerous for a lot of people. Like, it's very not a good plan for me to be cloned. That's what I'm just saying. Like,
Because
there's
I'm gonna be doing this, but I can still come over there and kick your butt.
yeah, like that is
Yeah.
not a good strategy. We need to just have like some helpers that make things happen, but not a solid strategy to clone me. Yeah, yeah. But so that'll be part of the store, and there'll be a lot of other cool things that'll be part of the store as well. So I'm excited about that. That will be showing up here soon. Again, with us all working together, so it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, last thing before we drop, go ahead and tell everybody how they can find you on all the social medias and the YouTubes and the everything.
Sure. So you can find us at ladiesoffroadnetwork.com. Our website is like our main house. It has everything on it and all the upcoming events along with the calendar, ladiesoffroadnetwork.com/calendar. And then our Instagram and Facebook is the same, Ladies Offroad Network. Super easy peasy. We did create a new logo where it shows that it's not just about off-roading. It's about camping. It's about overlanding. It's about garage. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about driving or your vehicle. You also need to learn how to manage your vehicle and how to work on it. So we do a lot of garage work. You see some of our welding projects up here that, we've done welding projects and how to weld. We deal with RVs all the time. Like we have a whole section on RVs and camping and how to deal with power and water and dumping your tanks and, because that's all part of off-roading. Like you're going camping, how to tent camp successfully, like all the things. So it's grown into a lot bigger scene. But what I tell everybody, and I appreciate the opportunity to say is, hey, just jump onto our social media scene and Facebook or Instagram, whichever one you like the best, and then join us as you feel fit. Like if it's just in social media land, awesome. If you feel fit to check out one of our, I have a huge gallery of all kinds of education already on our website. Great. Go read an article. Go check it out. Go be part of it. If you end up in an area where you can join one of our classes, definitely come because we laugh a lot and you learn way more. I think we counted like you end up with over 200 pro tips by the time you leave one of our 5-hour classes. So it's like this, I keep you on your toes, and it doesn't matter if you're brand new or super experienced, you're leaving with new knowledge. So it's a lot of fun.
As long as there's snacks. Yeah.
Oh, there's snacks. And there's snacks always. Oh yeah,
Always.
Are you kidding? We cannot run a female event without snacks. Like, hello.
No,
yeah,
you cannot.
Yeah, like totally undoable. Yeah, and
not gonna happen.
Gluten-free snacks and all the things,
I'm sure there's
non-GMO
vegan
snacks. Like we got
and all
all the different snacks. I got everybody. We're good. We're solid. Yeah.
Right on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and we really appreciate you being on the show again, like I said. And thank you
thank
guys
you.
for watching, and we will see you at MOORE Expo. Have a great night. Just thinking about it.